So on this channel, I like covering the one-off decks here and there. Like the other day with the Destiny Hero, Phantom Knight, Chaos, Orcus, Dragon Link deck. Today we have a first place shark list from my friend, Connor. He's in my Discord server that is eternally to test with friends, and he spent months testing this deck because he found a liking to it since we were all in a phase like we don't really know what deck we want to play. While I had many decks that I was playing, but I didn't know which one to actually play. But this is the one that stuck with him. Now, this is Sharks. He took first place 4-0 at his locals, and his locals is a big locals too. So let's get right into it. His matchups were Gusto. He went 2-0 because it's just easy to win against him. Synchron, he went 2-0. He went up against Mekk-Knight Kaiju Invoked 2-1 and 2-0 against Hero. Now, Shark is that one deck that you don't really expect, but then you actually have to because of how much control prominent that there is. Water usually always follows the trend that blue is control or heavier control. Like if you look at Magic, blues normally control. So let's take a look at this list and talk about some of the decisions that he's made and other things as well. So we have one lifeless leaf fish. Out of all the decks that I saw yesterday, there was a total of 3 of them. And out of all of them, he was the only one running this card. He was the only one running this card. This card is actually very good, as when this card is summoned, you send a fish from your deck to the graveyard, except another copy of itself. You banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 fish monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, then draw 1. This card is actually pretty good, as it gets you a send of a piece that you need, like a right-hand shark, or even something else that you need later on, or you can just dump what else you need. And putting 3 fish back in a combo is very good. Then we have the 3 Buzzsaw Shark. This card targets a water monster you control to even itself. You summon out a fish monster with the same level, but a different name from your deck, and if you do, it cannot activate its effects, and it locks you into XYZ summoning. So you could target itself, you summon whatever you need. You could summon leaf fish or nettle or your right hand shark, depending on what situation you need. And you can go into your rank 4s as needed. We have 3 Silent Angler. It is a extender, but it locks you out of summoning monsters from the hand for the rest of the turn. So this is pretty much at the end where you need it. We have the Silent Steam Nettle. If you control a water monster, special summon this card from your hand. You cannot summon special summon monsters the turn you activate it, except water. That's fine because all your deck's water. And banish this card from the graveyard, target 3 water monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. That effect is just a little worse of a leaf fish because it doesn't get you a draw, but it still achieves the same thing. After that, we have the one right hand shark. It is really only used for an XYZ material if you detach 2 from Remora, so you summon out 3 and the monster that it uses. This card is a material, cannot be destroyed by battles. If you guys know the Crooked Cook combo, you can opt into running that, but that's just more of a meme selection. We have XYZ Remora. You detach 2 materials from any XYZ monster you control to summon it from your hand. Then you can target 2 fish-type monsters in your graveyard, special summon those in defense. Their effects are negated, they cannot attack or change battle position, and they cannot be used for an XYZ material for an XYZ summon except for a water monster. So if you have this card and 2 Bahamut Sharks, you could just detach those 2 materials, summon this out, and then you summon those out. So you just have extenders. And finally, we have 3 Beautiful Princess. Normal summon or special summon, banish this card. Special summon a level 4 or lower fish monster from your deck, except another copy of the self. So With this card, it gets to your Buzzsaw Shark, so you're running a total of 6 Buzzsaw Sharks, which is actually pretty good when you look at it. We have 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Instant Fusion, 2 Ready Fusion because you actually kind of want to run this because of Rare Fish. But if you don't, you run the Water Tenny monster, but Rare Fish feels better since it gives you a little more options and less restrictions. Since the Water Tenny, you must control a non-effect monster for it. We have 3 White Mirror. This card's actually very broken. Target level 4 or lower fish monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you can add a 1 water monster with the same original name from your deck to your hand. So, if you pretty much have everything, and you have something like a Buzzsaw Shark in your graveyard, you can activate this, summon the Buzzsaw Shark, and you get a Buzzsaw Shark from your hand, or deck to your hand. And, in all honesty, it is a Rhoda Monster Reborn. I'd take it. We have 3 Forbidden Chalice, very standard right now. 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Upstart Goblin, which is going to be a 1-for-1 soon, because at the time he didn't have a 1-for-1. So, yeah, that's kind of understandable. Then we have 2 Pot of Desire. People question this, but it's more so testing purposes. We ended on 2 as the good number, and then after that, 3, you have more chances of bricking into it. Finally, for the trap cards, we have triple Imperm, triple Goes and Match. Goes and Match in this deck is pretty scary. Then we have Rare Fish, 1 Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, 1 Vespinato Drill Driver, 2 Bahamut Shark, 1 number 101 because we really couldn't find anything else to put in because you always have that 1 space left over. Then you have double Stealth Kraken and double Krakens Spawn, 1 Abyss Dweller, double Toad, 1 Utopic Draco Future, and then the 1 Utopic Future. Now, some of the things to note about the extra deck. Vespinato is essential for a combo with XYZ Demora because you use your Bahamut Shark to summon out the Toad, then you slap this on the field, detach both materials, summon out Remora. Remora summons out 2 from the graveyard. Then you use those 2 to go into either a Kraken or a Dweller, and after that, if you have another extender in hand, you can summon out another XYZ for pretty much free. Bahamut Shark is only to get to Toad. 101, like I said, really didn't know what to put in. Now, these cards. Stealth Kraken and Stealth Krakens Spawn. We have all face-up monsters become water. Once per turn during the main phase quick effect. Destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack it had on the field. If this XYZ summon card is destroyed, you can special summon Kraken Spawns from your extra deck up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach up to 1 water monster from your graveyard to each of them as a material. So what does this thing do? So it creates everything on the field to a water. So that's where it's scary with Goes and Match. Where everything's water, your opponent can't summon anything from hand or graveyard. And since it makes everything water, it's a one-sided ring of destruction for free. And it doesn't say original attack, it says attack it had on the field. So if it had a modulated effect like an Access Code Talker at a 5300, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do 2650 to your opponent, so it's going to burn you to game. And with Krakens Spawn, we have once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls. If this card is special summoned by a number XYZ effect is destroyed, you can special summon other Kraken monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had. Then attach up to 1 water monster from your graveyard to each of them as a material. So, if you have Stealth Kraken on the field, along with 2 Krakens Spawn, you get 3 non-targeting destructions. And this gets over a lot of things. These cards in tandem are very powerful for a deck that is 1 card away from being broken. And then after that, these cards, I would watch out for, and the only way to get around it is a Kaiju, or actually no, it's really a Kaiju, because if you Dark Ruler no more attack to it, it still gets effect. I would have to say Dark Ruler no more evenly counters this card, or Dark Ruler no, or just a Kaiju. So that would be interesting to say the least. And finally, we have Utopic Future and Utopic Draco Future. There's a line that I will show you in a bit that uses both Bahamut Sharks to make it. So let's get into it. The one replay I have is right here, just a test hand. So we open up Forbidden Chalice, Buzzsaw Shark, Retort Fusion, or Ready Fusion, Right Hand Shark, and Silent Angler. Sadly, the Buzzsaw Shark, actually Right Hand Shark, is kind of a brick. So we're going to go Ready Fusion into Rare Fish. We're going to normal summon Buzzsaw Shark. Buzzsaw Shark summons out Lifeless Leaf Fish. And then we summon out Silent Angler. We go in Bahamut Shark number 1 to summon Toad. Then we go into Bahamut Shark number 2 to summon out Toad. We use both of the Bahamut Sharks to make Utopic Future, and then we make Utopic Draco Future. Because of this, we end up having 3 fish in the graveyard, so we could shuffle back all 3 to get a draw, and we draw into a Silent Sea Nettle. So, yeah. And just for one more test hand, we open up Remora, Silent Angler. Let's activate the Retort Fusion, Ready Fusion, summon out our lovely fish, activate Pot of Desires, and we draw into Right Hand Shark, Remora, Angler. So this is going to be awkward because we're going to have to normal summon out our Right Hand Shark. Then we have to go into a Bahamut Shark and activate the effect to detach the rare fish so we can summon out a Toad. Then we have to go into the Vespinato in the extra monster zone. We're going to special out our Angler, and since we can't use that, this is where we pretty much end. Some hands are like this, but you still do stuff with them. And we have hands like this. So even though we open up Buzzsaw Shark, we have a Beautiful Princess. And always let's fire off the upstart. And it's an XYZ Remora. This hand is pretty much full combo. We're going to normal summon out the Beautiful, activate its effect by banishing it, so we could summon out a Buzzsaw Shark. Even though we have one in our hand, I'd rather get it out of the deck because you'd like multiples in rotation. We're going to summon out the Lifeless Leaf Fish. Then we're going to go up into our first Bahamut Shark. We're going to activate the effect of Bahamut Shark, detaching the Leaf Fish so we can summon out Totally Awesome. And then go up into the Vespinato. We then can detach, target 2 fish monsters in our graveyard. We're going to special summon, detaching these to summon out our lovely friend. Use the Remora effect, targeting both of these to summon them out. We can attempt to activate the effect, but yeah. Attempt to activate, it negates. Then we're going to special summon out Angler. Afterwards, we're going to go into a Bahamut Shark number 2 to activate its effect, detaching the Buzzsaw Shark because we always want it in and on the field. Then after that, we go up into the Krakens Spawn. You could have put the Lifeless Leaf Fish under that, but this is about how it is supposed to be. This deck is scary, going up against Double Toad and a Stealth Kraken that everything is water. Even the Vespinato is water. Having an Imperm here, along with Double Toad and a one-sided Ring of Destruction, is very, very powerful. But I hope you guys did enjoy this little showcase of this first place shark profile that my friend Connor did, and actually did pretty well at his locals. There is a video over on Team Absolute Awesome covering it live from the locals. So if you guys did enjoy, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button. But anyway, see you guys in the next video.